what's good? You guys see the title. So let's just jump right into it. It's gonna be a really quick video. How to buy weed or how to buy from a dispensary at 18. So you're not gonna be able to buy from a dispensary without a med card. That's point number one. That's the main thing you need. Yeah, it's an online website named Dr. Weedy. I'm in California, so it works for California. I believe New York. Put your information in, ask for personal information. I believe it costs $40 to first sign up and get your med card, and then every year you have to renew it from the day bought till a year. So say you bought it today, then next year, 2026, this exact day, you're gonna have to renew it, and it costs around $25, I believe. Who knows? Maybe the price will go up or go down, but it's gonna ask you for a couple symptoms before you pay for it. You're gonna have to say you're gonna have to pick an option. There's options there that say you have bad headaches, you're nauseous, you can't eat, you're dizzy. And be truthful. It's like it's how you're gonna get your med card. If you really just you're trying to smoke, and everyone's just trying to smoke, but medically, get prescribed. I remember at the time I did have headaches, so I put headaches, and yeah, I got my med card. You're gonna be able to use that at any dispensary that offers the medical license. And yeah, I mean, they should, after that, it should be, they let you in, and every time you go back to that same dispensary, you don't have to do all that again. It'll just be automatically in the system. So, it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend it if you're young and you want to get legit stuff. You don't want to be smoking no pesticides, no fake stuff, because, man, health is wealth, man. And I mean, everybody wants to get high, and we all know it's a plant, and it can be as bad as alcohol, but regardless, it's going into your lungs. You're smoking it, smoke. Anything that's not oxygen is gonna affect you in some type of way. It's just realistically, you see what happens with the vapes and all the popcorn lungs. So if you're gonna smoke and you're young, be safe about it. I remember I was young too, and I wanted to get high, I wanted to smoke some weed. At the time, the only option was plugs. And the thing about plugs is obviously gonna if you tell them is this product real, they're gonna tell you 100%. You're just trying to get your stuff and not be taxed, because it's true you do get taxed at dispensaries, but I feel like that tax is just, I don't know. At least I don't mind paying the tax, because in my mind I know I'm getting something that's real, something that got checked, and something that has to be processed in a legal way, where you know I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna be getting poisoned or something. Everything's labeled, packaged, and you know where you're getting at a DP. So I really suggest getting a med card if you're not 21. You know, plugs aren't reliable. Somehow, it takes a whole 2 3 hours to get there, and you're just like, I'm really gonna pay this person this money, and they're lagging it. Like, so there's a reason we have legal weed in this world now. So I definitely recommend a med card, because it's just, I don't know. It's just the satisfaction of knowing you're gonna be smoking something that's, good. It should be known, but a lot of people still don't know. You could get your med card strictly online. You don't have to go into an actual doctor and have them prescribe you, or you have to pay that extra fee. All that stuff. No, you can get it online, and it works 100%. Um, the reason I felt the need to say this video was because I was remembering the time when I had a very bad experience buying from a plug. I remember I was in middle school at the time. I was really young, so I mean, first of all, the plug letting a middle schooler buy, I was already a red flag. I remember at the time, that year specifically was the year that carts started popping like crazy. There was the Fortnite carts, there were the Mario carts, there was Moo. I remember Moo Milk. There was even a pen with Donald Trump's face on it. I forgot what those were called, but I remember the plug that I was buying from. He was selling carts, and I was like, bet. and they were Mario Karts. If you guys know anything about Mario Karts and how they got exposed, or just basically that whole scene in the beginning of the kart industry, yeah, they're all like basically fake. They're being made in people's basements, backyards, fucking. It was made by people, and it wasn't regulated, and it wasn't safe. Is what it was. I remember we met him at the mall parking lot, and that whole experience, that whole type of buying weed is so it's just not safe and sketchy. I was young, like whatever I could got, I got finessed. What if they kidnapped me? You never know. I was young, anything could happen, and why have all that happen? That's why the med card is important. But anyways, I get home, I'm hyped. I have my car, I have my pen, my battery, and I'm hyped. So yeah, I get home, I set up my battery with the car I just bought, a gold ooze, and I had put the Mario Kart on there. Everything was charged, it was good to go. And I hit it, and I remember I was smoking late. It was like around 11, 12 at night, and I was like, it's the best time to smoke right now. My parents are asleep. So I started smoking the pen. I remember at the time, I was with one of my friends was with me. He was gonna sleep over that day because the plan was to smoke, and he slept over. And I remember I started recording myself smoking it, thinking I was all cool because I wanted to do a trick. So I kept trying to do a French inhale, and think about it, it was my first time smoking a cart ever. I believe I smoked bud before, but it was something really little, like out of an apple or something. So I never really got high like that, the way I got high off this cart. But I kept hitting the pen, trying to do tricks. I was probably at least 7, 8 hits in. 15 minutes from my first hit, boom, it hits. And I was tripping. I was out of my mind. I was like, hold on, is this how it feels to be high? I felt weird. And yeah, that experience was so bad. I was high for almost a day, I swear. I smoked at 11 at night, like I said. And then I woke up at 7 in the morning. I was still high. I'm pretty sure that experience will make someone quit forever. You know me, I'm a little dumbass. And I kept doing it because I was just like, maybe this time it's not gonna be as bad. And truth be told, it was all because I'm pretty sure that cart was fake, and who knows what type of fucking liquid diamond or whatever, whatever type of oil they put in there. But it was not good, and it shouldn't have been sold at all. I mean, good thing we're here, and good thing for med cards, so that won't happen ever again to me and my friends. But yes, you could buy weed at 18 with the medical card. I remember as soon as I turned 18, I got my med card, went into the DP, I got a stizzy, I got a pre roll. I went to the nearest park with my friends, my homies, and then yeah, we hit the car, we hit the pen. It was just a great time. After that the first initial dispensary run, because I felt I'm smoking legit and everything's good. And yeah, I definitely recommend the med card, especially if you're not 21. I know there's a lot of youngins probably watching this, and hey, bro, and I recommend you getting a car, bro, because yeah, you're gonna get taxed a little bit, but it's legit. And man, you wouldn't believe how many deals dispensaries have. I'm sure you guys all know if you do go to dispensaries, but DPs have a bunch of freaking deals, man. Like you'll be straight. Like the tax is not gonna kill you, and it's better than getting from any random plug that you just met off Instagram or Telegram. So I mean, yeah, if y'all want to catch some other videos of me, go to my channel. I do weed content and other type of things. I just started, but tap in David Butters, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.